Hey guys, ToastyBox here. Coming to talk to you guys about a new game called Pixel Tamers. Recently started playing myself, really enjoying it. I'm a part of I Pick You Pockets Guild. It's called Legends. If you're on server 19, feel free to join. Active community, always competitive, and try to help each other out. So I'm just here to talk to you guys today a little bit about some tips that I personally use and think would be helpful to you. So, planning on doing a couple of these episodes, videos, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to start with some basics. Looking at Pokemon, they're split up into tiers. It goes green tier, blue tier, purple tier, orange tier being more rare, and then red tier, and eventually, if you're lucky enough, yellow tier. So when I'm assessing Pokemon for my team, I'm generally looking at the orange to red and even yellow tier to first kind of decide the Pokemon's potential. Anything blue or purple, I tend to avoid just because it's going to require a lot of materials to kind of get them up to par with the red and yellow tier Pokemon. As a starting player, I think those are still very viable options, and I use those to kind of get me started in the game, started clearing them, and really piqued my interest in the game. So when constructing a team, I go through each Pokemon, I look through the Pokedex, and I look for supporting Pokemons, Pokemons that are going to cleanse debuffs or heal or even buff me defensive or offensive-wise. When assessing these Pokemon, I look at their rank, their color on the background, and then I also look at their species. That number associated to them is kind of like a subcategory of whatever color they're ranked as. And I tend to go for the highest species, but that's not always the most viable or the best Pokemon. A couple of my guild mates are using Melodic, which is a very successful healing support Pokemon. I personally don't use it since I have other Pokemon, but really great Pokemon. Next thing I want to talk about is kind of the items associated with these Pokemon. Again, they're split up into tiers, so there's blue, purple, orange, and red, again, red being the rarest. And when equipping Pokemon with held items, the way the system works is that there's a % chance to roll on opening up a slot for that item or deleting other items. So I tend to equip the easier to come by gear, blue and purple first, before my oranges and reds, just in case I would get the roll to replace them. I don't want to lose my investment of those highly sought after and valuable items. As far as other content of the game, there's currently guilds like I touched on and arena. So where those 2 point systems are going, first I'll talk about guild points. How to achieve those is through contributions to the guild through in-game currency such as diamonds or in-game cash such as just collectible normal spending cash. So what I'm currently using my guild points for, there's a couple different options. You can buy all the tomes, some other things. You can save up for a red held item, which costs 20k guild participation, which would take a while to get. And like I mentioned, that item can be replaced, so you could potentially waste guild points. But currently I'm spending my guild points on tomes. And these tomes are used for the multiple attributes that you can look at through formations. So that's currently where I'm spending all my guild points. Currently spending them on fire and wind, as that best suits my team since I have mostly special attackers and speed buff is always nice. For arena, the points that I'm using there, first, the places where you can get those points is the 6v6 arena, the solo ladder, the time PK event, and I want to say the species type competition, which would be like can only use flying Pokemon or psychic Pokemon, so on and so forth. So there's multiple chances to participate in PvP if that is what you're mostly aiming to do with this game. So I get my points from those 4 areas, and from there I take those points and I spend them solely on base stone evolutions, or base stat stones. And what that does is each Pokemon has the 6 categories of HP, physical attack, special defense, physical defense, and speed. And I'm investing all those stones into a core 6 to 10 Pokemon, depending on what my team needs and what Pokemon I think are viable for current gameplay or future gameplay. So that's currently where all my stones are going, trying to max out each Pokemon's base stone points, which can be increased through star-ups. So next episode, I'll talk about star-ups, evolves, potentially skill-ups, and some more mid-game content, some more stuff that could be helpful to more advanced players. So ToastyBox signing off, and I'll talk to you guys later.